morning, everybody. This is Frances Cath-Ice, President of the East End Chamber of Commerce, and it's an honor to welcome you to another Feel Good Friday. I hope you're in for a treat, a delicious treat, because we've got the owners of Roostar and co-owner of Acadian Coast to talk about two new restaurants that are coming to Navigation Place at 2929 Navigation. Hello, John. Hello, Linda. Hello,
Good morning.
Ronnie.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We're just so excited to welcome you all. I'm born and raised here in the East End, and we're known for Tex-Mex food, and you two are going to add some delicious additions to that. So thank you so much. We'll start with you, Linda and Ronnie. Your restaurant, Roostar, is coming, and tell us a little bit about how you got started and what we can look forward to.
So we started off, we currently have two locations in Houston, one in Spring Branch and one in Uptown Galleria. We started fresh out of college about 8 years ago, and, we kind of just bloomed into a couple of units and are super excited to get into the East End side of everything. We serve fast casual concepts of Vietnamese sandwiches, also known as banh rice, salad. So it's very scrumptious, easy to eat, quick, fast, and we're looking forward to being in the East End.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And employees are very important. And I think we have a picture of, is this one of your opening, or this is a New Year?
This was our Lunar New Year celebration, and we do it every year. A lot of you see the young kids there. They're performers. So we also donate to their temple or their church. So we do this every year, and it's a huge celebration. It's a public event. Of course, when we have our Lunar Year coming up soon, we don't know how it'll be due to the pandemic, but we look forward to always having events like these in the East End.
Oh, great. The East End has a lot of diversity, and this is going to be something fun to do. We've seen this celebration on the Navigation Esplanade, and now we're going to see it at your location. And so are these your staff or?
So we are both graduates at the Conrad Hilton College at University of Houston. And we're part of the alumni. We give back a ton. And we actually did a cooking demo for all these students pictured here. And this is one of our school labs that we have that has a full-on kitchen in the back where we're standing. And we did a cooking demo of our beef alphabet soup that, of course, you'll get to have in the East End. It's a part of our menu.
Wow.
Oh, that is so wonderful. That is so wonderful. Well, I know that there's a hotel on the campus, and today we're very excited because Spring Hill Suites of San Antonio has donated a room, and at the very end, we're going to be able to randomly pick someone that's out here in the audience to enjoy that one night stay. So that's going to be really, really wonderful to do.
Wow.
And then now we've got John, Acadian Coast. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Acadian Coast is a French Cajun concept. So Cajun food, some really nice drinks, of course, and a beautiful patio. The patio is really big. And so we really want to take advantage of the opportunity to sit outside on Navigation Blvd, where the Esplanade is and where our neighbors Ninfas and El Tiempo are. And now we're so happy to know that Roostar is going to be across the parking lot from us. It's really exciting. As you know, and as a lot of folks on the East End know, the pedigree of chefs and family restaurant is really deep in the East End. I mean, there's so many brands that started in the East End, so many great grandparents of these, families that were in the East End, and it's really an honor to contribute to that diversity that is the East End. Of course, we all love our tacos and our queso and our margaritas, of course, right? But we hope that what we're bringing to people in the East End is something new, something fresh, and really something that people can look to when they're looking to spend time with their families and hang out. And talking with Roostar, I think we both feel strongly that we really are ready to jump into this thing and really meet all the families and serve all these families. And it's going to be really exciting.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And so this is what your restaurant will look at on the outside and still being developed right now, correct?
That's right. That's the patio up front, and those bay doors will open up for outside seating to the bar as well. So there's a raw bar inside and some great seats. So I think you can really come in and have different experiences depending on where you sit and what it is you're looking for.
Oh,
Super
I,
nice.
I'm excited. Well, we're going to all come back together again and ask some questions. Ronnie and Linda, are these family recipes that you're cooking at your restaurant?
Yes, it is. I think Linda's mom and grandmother they had a banh mi restaurant back in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. So a lot of the
Wow.
has been evolved and refined with us being in business now. But of course, with some great respect to traditions, we just kind of take the recipe and elevate it here, being in the States with better access to more local and better ingredients. So it is traditional family recipe, but it's been kind of evolved and refined over time.
Oh, that's so good. And when do you plan on opening the restaurant here in the East End?
I think we are planning for next summer of 2021. That's our kind of our projecting time. So it's going to be around the summertime of 2021. We don't know exactly what month yet, but it's kind of the plan.
Oh, good. And John, when do you plan? I drive by there and I see, construction happening. When do you plan on opening your restaurant?
We're hoping to have a Voodoo Halloween party, which should be our kind of launch. And it'll be nice because we'll be celebrating our anniversary every Halloween in the neighborhood. And then we'll roll into doing our Thanksgiving packages shortly after that. So we'll be doing whole smoked ducks, whole smoked turkeys, and maybe some Cajun fried turkeys as well for families. So right around Halloween should be a good time for us to start.
Ah, that's so wonderful. And Linda and Ronnie, I know that you're working right now, and COVID hit both of all of us, and we had put things at halt. How is business doing now? And do you see things coming back?
Definitely with the pandemic. I mean, we're very one of the lucky ones to have already kind of gotten down the takeout business. So it wasn't much of a hard transition for us. It was a little difficult not having diners, but there's days that we just literally go through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, and then it kept us afloat over the course between March to August. But fast forward now, business is picking up again. We noticed our usual dine-in crowds, business casual dressed folks are coming back in. So that tells us right there that a lot of folks are going back into the office as opposed to working from home. Catering is coming back up again, so that helps a ton. So we've noticed just this course of this month of September that business is booming again. So we're excited and we're looking forward to this year to kind of complete itself so we can move on to the next year.
That's so true. And John, it looks like maybe COVID is impacting the designs maybe at Acadian Coast, because I saw that the 2 doors that are going to open up. Is that having to put a play in your designs right now?
The designs are still moving forward as planned, of course. But the capacity and how we're going to seat people really is the big determining point, right? Fortunately for us, it's a rather large space, so we're able to seat at 50% or 75% and still have good space between all of the customers. We want people to be comfortable. And so if that means we're at 50% capacity to accomplish that, then that's what we'll do. But we want people to be happy. We want them to be comfortable while they're there with us. And we'll see how it goes. This is something that's we're learning every day. And as Roostar is saying, it's you just don't know until you know. You kind of have to be on the fly. You always are on the fly all the time because we want to accommodate folks as much as possible. And the demand, they're absolutely right. The demand is growing every day. Every week, there's more people that not just want us, but they need us. Kids are back in school. They need to get dinner for the family. People are at work and they need to grab lunch. They need to grab breakfast. And so I think the customers, as well as our the restaurants and the coffee shops, we're all learning every day. How do we make this work? How do we work through it? How do we make sure that everyone is absolutely comfortable? Because I don't think no one responsible is really looking for a cash grab, right? We don't want to just be there to make money because it can end up hurting us in the long run. We want to earn money in the right way and make everyone happy and comfortable and express ourselves, because at the end of the day, this is our art and this is how we express ourselves. And So yeah, who knows what's going to happen, but we're here every day working hard to make sure that we do the best we can. That's for sure.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And Linda and Ronnie, I see your delicious photos on your social media pages. What are some of the most popular items that people can look forward to ordering, other than the great sandwiches?
1 second. So we serve fast casual food. So we do a lot of Vietnamese sandwiches, rice platters. You order at the counter, you sit, we'll bring the food out to you, you grab your food. So it's very quick and fast. Like Ronnie mentioned, a lot of recipes are handed down from my mom that have learned from her mom. So we try to serve comfort food where if you bite into it, it'll feel like your mom made it. So it brings back certain taste buds that you can connect with. And I do agree with John with the pandemic. Most people right now, when they dine in at an establishment, it's about comfort. It's not so much, is the food good? Is the food so hot? That is one factor. But the main factor we've noticed is the comfort. Do they have certain sanitation areas that they feel comfortable do they notice employees cleaning as often as they are doing? So not only do we have to up our game in packaging and packaging it right, we also have to make sure that we have the process in place of how can I order my food? I'm one of those people that are still iffy of being around certain people, but I do need to eat. You know, it's lunchtime. I want to get out, but I'm not fully 100% comfortable eating in. Who will I support that does the process good? Can I do curbside? So I think with our food, it's easy to package already that the moment we make the food, it gets to the guests, it's still fresh per se. So we definitely are happy that our food is easy to make, easy to process. If you order to go, you can take it home, heat it back up, serve your families and so forth. So.
Oh, good. I've got a couple of questions here. Do you provide any intern or mentoring opportunities for people in the area or anywhere else? We'll start with you, John.
Yeah, absolutely. When we created this business, a big part of it was how many folks can we bring into the fold in our neighborhood. And so the kitchen is huge. The restaurant is huge. There's plenty of room to bring folks in to teach. And it's great being down the street from University of Houston as well. And then HCC is also down the street too. And we do feel and have felt for a long time that the young kids really should get an opportunity to see how kitchens work and see the hard work that goes into it, and also see the pride and the joy that we all take in the industry as well. The industry is a good place to be. Houston is a great place for restaurants. And we hope that we can help people understand how this can be a career, a valid career, with good pay, being able to take care of yourself and your families, and really, really get what we deserve out of this, which is an opportunity to take care of ourselves and our families.
Oh, that's good. How about you, Linda and Johnny?
Would you mind asking that question again?
Sure. Do you have any intern or mentoring opportunities?
I think we do, and I think every semester, or at least last year, we would go back to U of H and set up a mini career fair where we accept applications for interns and training.
Wow.
So we do have our own ecosystem, if you will, on as far as like the HR department, on bringing on some of the new talents. And so that's part of the reason why we are expanding into the East End location, because when we have more units and more revenues going around, it's just more opportunity for us to ultimately provide tuition reimbursement, vacations and health benefits and all that for our team too. So it's hard to do that with on a smaller scale. But as we continue to grow, one of our top priority is to make sure that we're growing the pie so that our team can get a bigger slices, if you will. And part of that is opportunity, some of the benefits that we can offer as a company to just kind of, like John said, to just provide a better opportunity for the managers to kind of take care of themselves and their family and whatever it is that makes the individual happy. So yes, that's actually our priority, and one of the reasons why we do what we do too is for our team.
And to add on to Ronnie, we do, any individual that comes in that wants to be a part of our Roostar crew, if their dream, their goal is to open up a restaurant, we embrace that. Most people would kind of deter from that, whether they're afraid of, competition, whatever it is. But for us, we bring passion to wanting to open up their own place or be a boss, where we teach them everything from start to finish. And we show them, like John was saying, how the real, facts of being in the kitchen and how you deal with employees and how do you deal with guests and a pandemic, a hurricane, like everything you need to know. I mean, it's industry folks like us in the hospitality, we deal with a lot. And we deal with things that we have to mold and change into to assist others and to assist the people that work for us and just to be better through difficult times. So, and I think that's why we do what we do, and it's so big in Houston that people can appreciate.
That's so true. Here's another interesting question. So both of your restaurants, you work closely with family. How do you keep your relationships healthy when attending to business? We'll start with you, John.
So as you know, Veronica and I have opened quite a few concepts together. I think we have a clear separation of our business life. And listen, business never ends for us, right? Like we're always talking about it and always have something going on and always talking to each other about it. But to understand that emotionally there is a separation there, and that there are, I guess, boundaries, right? Boundaries in terms of when we're gonna and being aware of each other's the pressure that we're putting on each other, right? Because it is a pressure job. Just being aware of each other and conscious of each other, I think is super important, because there's always something going on. There's always something up. And sometimes you realize that, let me not put that on her plate because she's got so much to deal with. And she does the same thing for me. Sometimes there's things get done and then I go back to circle back and try to get them done. And I realize that she's looked out for me and is taking care of it. So it's a really good partnership. And it's an intimate partnership as well, more so than probably any other relationship you have in the restaurant. So just being aware of each other is super important. I know some folks, from the beginning, some folks have told me you don't want to mix your family and your business together. But I was raised with my grandparents owning their restaurants together, my uncles and his wife running their restaurants together. And so that was kind of the role model I had. And I always learned that there was a lot of respect, and definitely just looking out for each other is super important for sure.
Oh, that's well said.
And I guess in the East End, we have perfect examples of that, right? Like the Pappas family had the brisket house and Dots right next door to each other, right? And these families were all mom and pop, right, running these restaurants together, and sons and daughters, and now grandchildren, as we see with the Lorenzo family, of course, right? Ninfa's grandchildren have their own restaurants now, and it's a family business. And so maybe it's just the East End. Maybe it's just the East End is so great and it's so family driven that's why we find ourselves in these, positions of loving each other and loving our businesses and really making something happen, which there has to be something special about that. When you're working with someone that you really love and care about and you're creating something together, there's probably something there that you don't get just drawing it up on paper, right? So, yeah, it's a great opportunity for us.
Well said. And Linda and Ronnie, how about you? Working together as a family, keeping your relationship healthy and attending to business.
Well, for us, I mean, we're very lucky that, we started off as roommates, then became, a couple, and then business partners. And through the process, I always say Ronnie builds the restaurant, I just run them. So we have as John said, we have a good balance. If there's things that I feel like I can handle, whether I have to take a little longer to learn it, I will do it if it means it'll lessen Ronnie's focus so he can focus on something bigger. So definitely a huge balance. And all the locations that we currently have and going into East End, we love the community. We love history. And we felt like with the East End, it had that feel to it, whether it had, farmers markets in the weekends. We just feel like it's something that will fit into what we do already. And on top of that, I mean, at the end of the day, when you run a business together, whether it's with family or not, I do agree with John that there are boundaries that you don't cross. There's things that, you know, this individual does and you should just let her do it, or there's things that he does, just let him do it. You might not agree with it, but you just have to, you know.
Yeah, a divide and conquer sort of approach.
Yeah, and our team knows too that, you know, if it's Linda thing, talk to me. If I deal with it, you know, we're gonna get in trouble. So we have that.
I love it. I love it. Here's another good question. So, any advice that you can give to a young entrepreneur starting out in the food industry? We'll start with you, John.
I would say, you know, take your time and really learn as much as you possibly can. If you're in the restaurant industry, I really, you got to wash dishes. You got to mop the floor. You have to clean the windows. You have to learn everything you possibly can, and that'll help you be a smart business person, and that'll help you be a really valuable component to your team. Just understanding the whole deal basically is important. And you know, even as an owner today, there are times where I see the staff really slammed, really busy, and I realize that dishes need to be washed. And so I'll go back there and I'll start washing dishes. And for me, it's just second nature, right? And I think a lot of the employees, a lot of the time, will come up to me and thank me and tell me how much they appreciate that we still do that, and that we're still involved with that, and it still means something. And let me tell you, dishwashers are just as important as managers and owners. Like you if you don't have what you need to do your job, then you're not going to be good at what you do. And every person in a restaurant is absolutely important. I often compare it to like being on a submarine. Like, you know, the front of the submarine is just as important as the back of the submarine. The only way that everyone is safe, the only way that everyone is successful is if every single person is happy, is respected, and is doing what they're supposed to be doing, of course. It's just so important. And for anyone wanting to get into it, learn as much as you can. Take as much time as you can to learn everything. With TV shows and TV competitions out, you know, I think a lot of folks, some folks do feel like they're going to become a chef and they're just going to make it and then they're going to open a restaurant and that's all there is to it and it's going to happen. And maybe it happens on occasion, but to really be successful and to really be happy, you start from the ground up. And the East End again is another, and I'm sorry I keep referring to the East End as an example, but growing up there, you realize that East End is a perfect example of that, because we mentioned all the families that grew up to have restaurant groups and stuff from the East End. All of these people started from the ground up. Every single one of these families started with selling food out of a shop, a small tiny shop, or selling food on the corner, or selling fajitas out of a little bitty house, right? Like all of these businesses started from humble beginnings, and I would strongly recommend that for anyone that wants to get into the business. I promise, if you do that, you'll find yourself successful.
Good advice. And how about you, Linda and Ronnie? Any advice for a young entrepreneur starting out in the food industry?
Well, I guess for the students in the universities, one of the advice that we always give is just to understand more of the number side of the business, understand tax, understand accountants, understand the numbers. We work with a lot of restaurant consultants in Houston and a lot of accountant firms as well. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of time entrepreneurs or chefs or managers, they're really good at creating something or they just don't understand the numbers behind it. So, and just understanding the industry benchmark, there's a lot that goes into numbers. There's payroll stuff, there's tax, there's cost of goods sold, labor costs, and all these things. So I think by the end of the day, for any businesses out there, the report card is the number side of things, right? The profit and loss and the balance sheets and all that. So I think our advice is get into if you're in college right now, just invest more time in learning the numbers and understanding all the financials that go into a business. So, I mean, that's as tactical as of advice that we would give. And as far as like the idea and concept behind things, like the passion behind an idea, is just to do it. I think if you're in technology, start programming something. If you're a chef, start cooking something. If you're an artist, start designing, start building something. Just start, as soon as possible, 16, 17, 18, because the earlier, the better. And so that's kind of my advice. I mean, I can go on for a long time about this, but just to keep numbers and execution.
Yeah, and for me, I would definitely say a lot. John hit a lot of points, but you're never going to do something because you think that's what you want to do. When we're young, going into college, we change our major so many times, and in the industry that we do, you have to start from bottom and up, and you have to understand each aspect. When you work in a hospitality industry, you're like a therapist, you're like a mentor, you're like a parent, you're like a mom, a dad to someone. And you're also a role model too. We would never ask our team to do anything if we're not alongside them doing it with them. And one thing that I feel like Ronnie and I have achieved is the fact that till this day, we are still working alongside our team. And that makes a huge difference in showing them loyalty. It's just appreciation for each other, going through tough times together. And at the end of the day, we have each other to be there. Whether a manager is freaked out that so-and-so didn't show up, it's okay. We got it. We can jump in. We're flexible enough. We can still move on and move forward and prevail. So we really feel like anybody that wants to open up their own business, they have to get their feet wet. And it's not work for a little bit. Oh, I don't vibe with him, I'm gonna quit. Oh, I don't vibe with her. Oh, the pay is not good. You want to do it as if you're working for free. You don't want to do it because there's a monetary value in it, because money cannot buy talent, money cannot buy experience. And that alone is more valuable than getting your paycheck. So we feel like with a lot of people that we've worked with and have come and gone, at the end of the day, if you really have passion and goals into it, you have to understand the process, appreciate it, and stick through it. It's through the tough times that you kind of see who's still there to build and we're blessed to have people that have been with us for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years that are reaping the benefits of all their hard work that they have put in. Our success is not derived from what we do. It's what they have done and created over the years.
Wow, that really makes me feel good, and I'm sure your employees appreciate that as well. So speaking of employees, will both of your restaurants be hiring here locally? We'll start with you, John.
Yeah, absolutely. We just recently put a post up asking for applicants, and it was overwhelming. Really great to see how many folks are interested, how many folks are go-getters out there. Unfortunately, there are a lot of folks looking for work, I guess. But like they're saying, we really have an opportunity here to kind of create a new culture in the restaurant industry, and paying attention to numbers is a super important part of it now. Paying attention to the employees coming in our door and seeing how we can be role models for them is super important as well. And I think what we're seeing as well is a shift in the pay levels in the restaurant industry. We really are trying our best to provide more for our employees. For a long time in Houston, I feel like that wasn't the case. And it was very easy for employees to jump from job to job because there was nothing really anchoring them in. Fortunately for us, we have had employees for 5 years, and it may sound odd, but 5 years, an employee in a restaurant for 5 years is really good. It's really, really good. And so when you have someone that sticks with you for that long, you must be good at what you do. You must have respect for those people because they wouldn't stick with you. They just wouldn't. So hats off to you guys for doing such a great job in retaining those employees. And so this is a good opportunity for us to really hire some folks, bring them into the fold, offer them an opportunity where, just like any other career, hopefully they'll be with us for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and be able to live a good life. The last thing you want is employees in your restaurant stressed out about paying their bills and their rent because they're not making enough, right? Like how smart of a businessman am I if I've got people that are not happy working with us. And so it's a goal we have now, and we look forward to hiring a lot of folks. With the Acadian Coast project, I anticipate probably around 40 to 50 job opportunities. And so we really are looking forward to it. The East End is a great place for folks to find work. It's a hardworking neighborhood. It's got deeper roots than just about any other neighborhood in the city, that's for sure. And so, man, we can't wait to meet all these folks and really start working with them. It'll be great.
Oh, that's wonderful. How about you two? Are you hiring locally?
Yes, of course. We're always hiring all day, every day. If we don't have a position for you, we'll find a position for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we just feel like with the current folks that we have, when we hire more people, we can move them up and then start training a new rounds of folks that hopefully will stay with us for a while. So we are definitely hiring, and we're always hiring. So
wonderful. And I know you work is in the play, but what do you and Ronnie do for fun, Linda?
Well, Ronnie and I, if we do have time out, we're always wanting to take out our team. Of course, reconnect with them. We spend a lot of time with our team more than our personal family, but we feel like it is a big difference when you find time to just connect with them.
Like last week we took two of our managers to bike around the East End. We rent one of those bikes that was like available to rent out for the day. So we just took it and biked for 4 hours all along the East End side and see the business and the traffic and the residents and all the stuff around there. So that's what we like to do is we spend a lot of time with us.
Pump them up. I mean, the two managers are potentially the ones that will help me open up the East End location.
Oops. I think she's frozen. We're going to hope she comes back. How about you, John? What are you doing for fun right now?
Oh, Veronica and I are going to take a little bit of a trip for about 4 days to West Texas. For some reason, we always find ourselves heading into West Texas or Central Texas, the hill country, when we want to get away. And we recently found a place on the Frio River that is off grid. So you drive quite a bit of ways but once you get there, there's no internet connection, there's no television, there's nothing like that. And so we spend a lot of time by the river or in the river and cook some food for ourselves and just kind of lay around and relax a little bit. So that's our fun. And then the other thing is that we're doing a small family reunion for the Avila side. And so that'll also put us all together, having a good time and really celebrating each other.
Well, great. Well, we're a little bit out of time, and we're getting ready to do our drawing for our Spring Hill Suites of San Antonio.
Wow.
But before we do that, John, any closing words that you would like to share? Next month, October is going to be here before you know it. I'm looking forward to ordering my duck for Thanksgiving this year.
Awesome.
Any other things that you want to share with us before we say goodbye?
What I really want to say is thank you. Thank you to you, Francis, and to the East End Chamber. We also want to just thank the folks of the East End for being so welcoming and being so good to us. I was born and raised in the neighborhood, and I've seen the neighborhood, change a lot. And even during the change now, the roots again are so deep that you can't help but be in awe of the folks that really make the East End what it is. This restaurant is here to serve the East End first and foremost, and we'll grow from there. But it's only with the acceptance, the understanding, and the patronage of the families in the East End that we are going to feel like we're successful. We look forward to all questions. I look forward to meeting people and shaking hands and really bonding again with folks of the East End. And even now I'm running into family members of families that I remember growing up, and that were friends with my grandparents. And that's a really great opportunity for us. This restaurant is very special. And we sure do look forward to it. We sure do. And
Oh.
thank you so much to everyone in the East End for giving us this opportunity.
You're very welcome. I can't wait for the soft opening to enjoy it and toast you guys. But now, a moment that everyone's been waiting for. There you are. Hi, Linda.
There they
Hi,
are.
Ronnie.
Hi, we got
little outage.
We had a little outage. So random.
Oh,
Yeah.
so sorry. So sorry about that. But we had John do some closing words. Is there anything that you would like to close with, words of encouragement, anything before we say goodbye to everyone watching today, Linda and Ronnie?
Yeah, we look forward to serving the East End residents and everybody over there. We're going to give this project everything we got. We're going to put our heart and soul into it. You will probably see both me and Linda there, for the next year or so. We're probably thinking about, leasing a space over there so we can be closer to over there. We want to kind of, be part of the community, not just do business there, but actually live there and meet everybody there. So look forward to it. We really do. And what about you, Linda?
Well, I wanted to kind of finish off where we start at your question, Francis. Of
yes, please.
Not only do we spend a lot of time with our team outside of work, but, we travel a lot too, just to get ideas, just to kind of see concepts. So I think that's very important to know to step away and kind of rejuvenate and refresh yourself so you don't overwork yourself. And with looking forward to East End, you're going to see my face a lot. So we're super excited. I'm excited to meeting everyone and building relationships. We look forward to being there for a very long time. And we're definitely excited to see you all.
Wonderful. Well, now we're going to have our drawing for the Spring Hill Suites of San Antonio room. And looking at the names, the random person that we're going to call is Lenora Pullman. Lenora, you are the winner of our Spring Hill Suites of San Antonio. And then Linda, did you have something that you would like us to raffle off today too?
We wanted to give one of the lucky, we'll let Francis kind of pick a $25 gift card to visit either one of our locations.
Wonderful. Okay, now are we ready for that winner? The winner is Esmeralda Chapa. Congratulations, Esmeralda. We have your email addresses and we'll get in contact with you to make sure that gets to y'all. This is a great way to start our Friday, our weekend. Thank you both, all three of you, so very much. I look forward to being a regular at both of your locations. I live walking distance from there, so it's going to be wonderful to do that. And the next time you want to come and do bike rides, let me know and we'll join you.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, if anyone out there wants to see a copy of this, it'll be on our website, and we're going to share it on Facebook as well. Thank you all. We'll see you all next Friday for our Feel Good Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.